spring of 2021, the filming locations of the series You Are My Glory began to open behind closed doors. In the midst of the hustle and bustle of preparation, a woman stepped into the set with sharp eyes and a mesmerizing aura. She is Dilraba, the visual queen with incredible dedication. A few steps later, a man wearing a black jacket stood in the corner, observing quietly. Yong, a handsome actor famous for his perfection. They have known each other for a long time. Their names are often aligned, fans often fantasize about their togetherness, but the two have never really met in a single production. But that day, one smile from Yong was enough to make time seem to stop. "It's good to finally be able to work together," Yong said, holding out his hand. Dilraba greeted with a warm smile. "Finally," he said slowly. Simple. But there was something behind their tone. It's like something waiting to grow. Unplanned laughter. Days go by. Filming went smoothly, the on-screen chemistry felt natural. But more than that, something began to blossom behind the camera. They often laugh because the scene is repeated many times. They share food with each other, remind each other of the script. One night during a break in filming, they sat together on a long bench outside the studio. "If it wasn't for this drama, maybe we would never have been this close," Dilraba said, looking up at the sky. "The one who looks up. Maybe it's time we met. But, who knows, it's not just drama." Dilraba laughed. Lightweight. But his heart was beating faster than usual. A view that becomes a habit. Yong began to get used to staring at him longer than he should. He noticed her smiling as she joked with the crew. Dilraba is silent while listening. Even when tired, his expression remained soft, while Dilraba began to rely on the presence of Yong at the site. He felt calm when the man was near him. In silence, his heart began to pray that time would not run too fast. And they know. The taste is growing. No one dared call it love. Not yet. The moment that changed everything. One night, filming finished faster. The crew dispersed slowly, but Dilraba was still sitting in the costume room. It was a hard day. He was discouraged by the news of his sick family in Urumqi. The one who entered slowly brought 2 warm drinks. "You're not alone tonight," he said. Without asking, he sat down next to her. They didn't talk much. But as Dilraba turned her head, her tears fell, and Yong wiped away speechless. It is in silence that their hearts speak the loudest. A love that cannot be hidden. Although never stated, the entire crew began to notice changes between them. The way Yong protects Dilraba from the scorching sun, or the way Dilraba steals glances when Yong is acting. They are like magentics, inseparable. In a romantic scene, the camera stops, but the two are still staring at each other. "Cut!" exclaimed the director. But the atmosphere is still quiet. "Why are you still looking at me?" asked Dilraba with a laugh. He said, "I don't want to turn back." When the world begins to ask. Rumors began to circulate. Photos of their interaction spread on Weibo. Love the location. Dilraba and Yong are courting secretly. Comments are coming from all directions. Some welcome. Some sneered. Dilraba is agitated. He knew his career would be disrupted. But Yong just clasped his hands in the dugout. "If this is how we feel, why be afraid?" The words became a reinforcement. Because love, like their roles in plays, takes courage to fight for. Confession in silence. When filming ended, they didn't upload anything. No goodbye photos. But in silence, they exchanged messages every night, encouraging each other, asking each other about the day. Until finally, in one message sent that which at 2 a.m. "If you agree, I want to continue this story in the real world. Not just on the screen." And Dilraba only replied with one sentence. "It's been a long time since I wrote the first chapter secretly." Love that grows out of sincerity. Since then, they have been in a relationship away from the spotlight. No publicity, no drama. Only 2 hearts choose calm. Keeping love is like keeping a flower that is not yet time to bloom in the eyes of the world. The ones who often come to Dilraba's worksite secretly. Dilraba cooks her favorite food on her birthday. Their relationship is like the most beautiful secret that only the night sky knows. And fate continues to write their stories. Now, several years have passed. The world is still guessing, still hoping, and still asking. But they didn't answer. True love doesn't always need a confession. Sometimes it is enough just to be present, to know each other, and to take care of each other. From behind the scenes, from behind the sparkling world. And so begins the story of Dilraba and Yong. A love that grows between dialogue, laughter, and eyes that greet each other.